Recording has started. Okay, so good morning. All right, so we are going to make our way over to our bolster. And just kind of have your bolster, your block, and your strap handy. I always like to have them around just in case. And you're going to prop up your bolster on a block. And then scooch your hips back. And just lie back. And take your legs as wide as your mat. Let your toes flop open. Soften your shoulders. So just slide them down your back away from your ears and turn your palms face up. And we'll start with some breathing in and out through our nose. Just let your body relax on the mat. So physically softening the muscles, relaxing your limbs, and quieting your mind. And then we're going to do a breathing exercise to start off with. So when you inhale, you're going to inhale into your belly, and then your ribs, and then your chest. And when you exhale, you're going to exhale chest, ribs, and then belly. So let's start by taking a nice deep inhale right down, fill your belly, and your ribs, and your chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, draw your belly in. And inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. And let's do that a few more times with your own breath. So really expanding with each inhale, and relaxing with each exhale. Just go through one more cycle. Belly, ribs, and chest. And then chest, ribs, and belly. And then bend your knees. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together. Just let your thighs fall open. And then we'll start by just pressing your feet together. So each toe meets its mate on the other foot. Press your heels together and the balls of your feet together. And you can feel all of the energy in the leg muscles here. Take a nice big inhale, hold that energy. And as you exhale, just relax, release your legs. And breathe in. Press your legs together. Exhale, relax. And again, let's do that a few more times. So muscles activate on the inhale and they relax on the exhale. Next time you exhale, just let everything relax and hold it here. Just soften here. Breathe in and just circle sweep your arms up over your head. Good. And then interlace your fingers. Place your hands behind your head and just let your elbows fall open. Relaxing your legs and your arms, and breathing deeply into belly, ribs, and chest. take our hands and we'll just reach them over our head once again. And you can turn your palms facing away from you and just, if it's available, let your arms just hang up behind you. You can feel a really nice stretch all through your arms, your armpits, the sides of your body. And then from here, just circle your arms down so they're shoulder height and let them fall out to the sides with your palms facing up. And just be mindful that your shoulder blades are tucked nice and deep on your back. Noticing the stretch a little bit more in your chest. Bring your arms back down by your sides and use them to close your knees up like a book. And toe heel your feet out to the edges of your mat as you let your knees fall into the center. Slowly roll up to seated. Just gonna turn, face the sides. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. You can now elevate your hips on a block or on your bolster if you like. We're just going to start with some shoulder circles. Nice and slow. And then if it feels good, maybe making those circles a little bit bigger. Both arms inhale up, sky, exhale to heart. Inhale forward, use your palms together, reach your arms forward. Good, and then exhale, open up, arms sweep back, chest is proud. Inhale, arms up, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale forward, exhale, open. Do that a few more times, breathing in, reaching up. Exhale down. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, open. Nice deep breath in. And out. Forward. And open up. And from here, we're just going to take our hands behind our back. Interlace your fingers and you can hold your hands, maybe grab your wrists or reaching right around and grabbing opposite elbow. And just broadening all through the front of your chest, the front of your shoulders. And then slowly release and just shake it off. So we're going to turn. I'm going to turn lengthwise on my mat again. And I'm going to grab my bolster and have it in front of me. I'm just going to place it underneath. And if you don't have a bolster, you can roll up a towel or use your blocks, something just to elevate and have a nice deep bend in your knees. And then shift forward onto your sits bones. Okay? Legs are wide as you just kind of lean forward and just melt your torso, belly, chest, forehead down. If you can, turn your palms up to the sky and just hold here. And then I invite you to send each inhale into your lower back. Think about the breath expanding through that area. Exhale and relax. Just doing that a few more times. breath shifts to the middle back. Feeling the expansion just at the bottom of your rib cage. Upper back. So let your shoulder blades slide away, separate. And then next inhale, fill up the whole back. Feel it expand, lower, middle, and upper back. Exhale and just melt. Do that for a few more breaths. And then slowly sitting up. Lengthen your spine, take a nice big breath in. And from here, you're just gonna come into butterfly legs again. Soles of your feet together. And we're gonna lean forward. You have an option of just letting your torso hang out in space, more of a yin type way to do this pose. If you want a little more relaxing, restorative, you can grab your bolster and just support yourself. So whatever works for you guys. And just settle your way in. You always have the option, I should have mentioned this earlier, you always have the option, if this is a little tight on your hips, take your blocks and prop them up underneath your thighs if you want. And then just let everything relax, let everything soften. Few more breaths. And we'll slowly sit up. And just straighten out your legs, coming into soft pose. Hands go behind you, leaning back a bit. Then we're going to bend our knees. And we're just going to come into a little back bend. So just draw your shoulder blades together on your back, crowd through the chest. And you can let your head hang back if that feels comfortable. And then just coming out of that, easing forward a little bit. We're going to do that again, so you can stay and do the exact same thing. Or if you want a little more stretch, mindful of how your shoulders are feeling today, we can come up into reverse tabletop. So wherever you'd like to go. And just breathe. Spread your fingers wide, press them into the earth. And gently release down. Coming into a straddle, we're going to turn sideways on our mat. And just finding that edge, that stretch without pain. And sitting up nice and tall, and we're just going to take a big breath in, sit up tall. And as you exhale, just walk yourself forward. You're starting with some movement here. Inhale, press yourself back up tall. And exhale down. Just moving with your breath. And slowly rolling up. Sitting up tall. Point your toes. And then flex your feet. Maybe even your heels lift off the mat. And pointing. And flexing. And then just relax your legs up and shake out. Walk yourself forward, and here we will hold. So coming down to your edge. And then thinking about making your exhales longer than your inhales. So maybe breathing in for the count of 3. And exhaling for the count of 4 or 5. Just letting your torso naturally melt down. And then slowly walking yourself up. We're going to take our right leg and we're just going to bend our knee and bring it in to half butterfly. Okay. Sitting up tall, we're going to turn our torso down, looking straight down our left leg, and then just leaning over. Let your legs or your hands slide down your leg, grabbing hold of whatever's available. Try to keep your right sits bone just pushed right down into the earth. So you're going to feel that stretch all in your lower back, maybe a little bit in your hip. Slowly coming up, sitting up tall, torso again facing straight ahead. And this time we're going to do a side bend. So just let your left hand slide down your leg, bring your right arm up, and with your chest facing forward, just leaning over, and this will now move the stretch to your upper or your rib cage and your waist. And really lengthen that top arm if that's available. If that's not good for your shoulder today, you can just bring your hand across your body. Really expand through those ribs, through the waist. And sitting all the way up. Good. We'll switch legs. Leg out, left leg tucks in. Sitting up tall to start, so we always want to lengthen the spine first, and then we twist, looking down our right leg and just coming onto our nice bend. Just noticing here in this stretch that you're feeling it a little bit in your lower back. Don't overstretch it. Listen to how your body's feeling today. And just breathe. On your next inhale, rising up, nice and tall, torso turns back to the front, and then side bend over. And again, really extend that top arm if that's available. Breathe all the way down, side body. Coming all the way up. Good. Legs out in front in staff pose. Give them a little shake. And we'll make our way into deer pose. So we're just going to bend our right knee in front and tuck your left leg behind you. Slowly let your belly, chest, and head come down, and you can rest your head on your hands on a block, or just let it come all the way down to the earth. Relax your hips. And just let the weight of your torso be the compression or the engine that stretches your hip and your glute. just gonna take our knees and bring them up and drop them the other way. So now coming down into deer the other direction, I'm just going to turn so my back is not to you. The same thing on the other side. Belly, chest, and head melt. Relax your hips.
Forgets what I need. I hope you'll stop me before I build a wall around me. We need a forest fire. 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 We get in your thing. You know that money bought your name. Cautious.
And coming up. And we'll make our way into tabletop. So in your tabletop, make sure your fingers are spread wide. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And breathe in, drop your belly, tilt your tail, and just draw your chest and your head up and forward. Exhale, rounding your back, tucking your tail. Head relaxes down. And breathe in for cow. And exhale for cat. One more time. And this time as you round your back, holding in cat pose. We're just going to press our hips back. So you're coming into child's pose from your cat. And then take a nice big inhale, shift yourself forward. And as you're doing that, drop your belly, tilt your tail, head and shoulders up into cow. Exhale, round your back, hips press back into child's. Inhale forward, drop your belly, tilt your tail into cow. So just a little bit of a different flow here, round your back, press back into child's. Inhale up and forward, belly drops, collarbone broadens. Nice and slow and easy, go on your own pace. Next time you make your way into child's pose, just kind of take your knees wider. Toes touch, and just melting down here. Rest your head on your hands or on the mat. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And then from here, lengthen your arms forward, just coming up on the tips of your fingers. So your forearms come off of the mat and just let your chest melt a little deeper. Walk your hands to the left as you lengthen your right hip back. Come through the center and over the other way. Back through the center. All the way up. And now we're going to take our hands forward and as wide as our mat. My pinkies are hanging off of the edge of my mat. And then I'm going to take my knees and my toes as wide as my mat. Toes curl under. We're going to come into that lazy downward facing dog. So just pressing your hips up and back. Tailbone to the sky. Just lazily, just pedaling out your heels. And then just coming into stillness. Take a few breaths here. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Feet are as wide as the mat and coming into ragdoll. Reaching for opposite elbow. You can soften your knees if you like. And just let your head and your shoulders and your torso become heavy. Maybe you feel like swaying your body a little bit side to side. Just add a little movement here. Release your hands. Make your way back into tabletop. And then crossing your ankles behind you. And we're just going to roll back onto our bottoms. And making our way onto our backs. Knees bent, arms cactused out by our sides. And just allow your knees to fall, excuse me, to the left. center and allow them to drop over to the right side. And let's bring our knees back up and right into your chest. Just squeezing them in nice and tight. Maybe adding a little rocking motion from side to side. Head and shoulders come up, nose towards your knees, squeeze everything in nice and tight. And then just relax in Tadasana, taking up a lot of space on the mat. Eyes closed, palms turned to the sky. And just coming back to your natural breathing in and out. Body softens. You are on time. Quit wondering, worrying, and blaming yourself for being late. Or worse yet, for missing the boat. Nothing else in the universe frets about being late. Does the moon ask itself where it should be? Does the sun say, I must hurry or else I'll be late? Stare up into the sky on a beautiful moonlit night. Feel the quiet, timeless rhythm of the planets, the moon, the stars, the universe. Know that you're connected, tuned into a rhythm deeper and more secure than all your wondering could imagine. Breathe deeply, relax, and let your pace spring from knowing that inside your heart. Trust the rhythm of the universe. You're right where you need to be, and you'll get where you need to go. You have all the time that you need.
We go about our daily lives understanding almost nothing of the world. We give little thought to the machinery that generates the sunlight that makes life possible.
Slowly stretch your arms over your head.
Moves us to an earth that would otherwise
Wiggle
send us
your
spinning off into space.
toes. And gently
Atoms are pushed and
awakening.
made, and on whose stability we fundamentally depend.
Make your way on to your left side.
Neither spend much time wondering why nature is the way it is, where the cosmos came from, or whether it was always there. If time will one day flow backward,
When you're
whether
ready,
there are
up
ultimate
to
limits to
seated.
what humans can know. What is the smallest piece of matter? Why we remember the past and not the future.
Sharing one final breath together as we breathe in, sucking up as much air as you can. And exhale, hands to heart. Thank you all for joining me today. Namaste. Just stop the recording.